Hey, Boldies, Jillian here from livefiercelybold.com. And I just want to say that it's exciting. It's exciting to be back. I've really missed you all, and I've been so busy. You might have catched me on TikTok. I've been um, doing some reels there and just doing some videos on all the prepping I'm doing because we got to prepare for something. And that is like really living fiercely bold in the world. So that means I am container growing in my backyard. That means I'm planting seeds. I'm ordering seeds. I've ordered a ecoflow generator, a solar generator. You name it. You name it, I am trying to collect it. I want to be prepared. I want to feel like I can really help others make a difference. And if I can do it, you can do it. Seriously. Like, I am here to say, uh, this is really something everybody can do. You can really um, take a little bit of time every day and do just a little something. Sometimes I'm like freaking exhausted and I still just pick up my wrist because my wrist is really bothering me. And, I feel, I don't know, I was picking up some, I don't know how heavy, huge bags of potting soil, and I like totally hurt my wrist. So I cannot put any weight on it. And so I'm having to like baby it, and but I'm not going to let it stop me. Not going to let it stop me from planting. I just planted a whole bunch of seeds today and I'm really excited about it. I just keep adding a little bit more because I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. And you know what? I would rather be overprepared than underprepared. And that's my attitude. Like, what I'm doing in terms of canning and this and that is just really creating inventory that I'm going to use anyway. So why not try to learn these skills when you're not stressed? And that was kind of like my commitment to myself, was that I didn't know a thing about gardening. And I was just like, I would rather know a little bit more than if I'm caught behind the eight ball and I'm trying to learn something when I am stressed to the max. So that has been, I've just been like, roll up my sleeves, make mistakes. My grandson and I would talk all about, like, we plant some seeds, we make some mistakes, but we say, hey, we're going to learn from those mistakes. We're not going to do it again. We're not going to make those mistakes another time. So I just really want everyone to just take a minute and figure out your plan. Like, how can you make baby steps? What can you do? Order a few canning jars, order your Presto canner. All the instructions come with the Presto canner. It's so simple. Start stocking up. Get a membership to Sam's and go buy bulk right now where you can still get food at like a reasonable price. Um, Try to source out someone that maybe you could split half a cow with or something like that so that you have some meat in the freezer. That's what I did. And just start. I know it sounds like a lot of bits and pieces, but what I did is I just started doing a lot of a little. That way I had my hand in a little bit of everything. And yes, I may only have a little bit, but at least I have something of which I can build on. I can build on my canning. I've canned potatoes. I've canned carrots. I've canned tomatoes. I've canned salsa. I've canned, I have preserved red onions. I have preserved lemons. I have um, frozen eggs. I have frozen avocados. That's just a start to the things that I am doing. Currently, I'm growing a little bit of everything. I'm just practicing growing seeds and what that process looks like and what do I need. Okay, so I wanted to get a compost, so I just took one of the multitude of Amazon boxes I had, and I started a compost in a box. Nothing, I'm not going to let anything stop me. So, that's what I'm doing. And I think that's what living fiercely bold is about, is just like, just doing it and have the courage to do it. And more than that, have the courage to freaking mess up, right? Like, have the courage to say, wow, that didn't turn out so great, but you know what? I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. And, I feel like it's given my grandson like a real lesson. I mean, we can teach our children these things, really, guys. Like, you can teach them, the amount of work that is involved with, hauling dirt and planting and watching them grow and replanting when maybe they don't grow. Maybe you haven't added enough fertilizer or nutrients. I don't really use fertilizer. I use nutrients. And my next goal is to have start a worm farm so that I can get some worm castings, because I've been buying that. I've lived in suburbia. I mean, my the literal outside of my yardscape is now becoming like black containers. So A, it doesn't look that bad. B, it is literally taking over the outsides of my yard. But what was there before? Red mulch. So I'm doing something with it. You can too. So I'm just here to say, check out the links below in this comment, and let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with. I am by means no expert. I just watch a million YouTubes, and I just trial and error. I just keep trying, and I don't give up. And I do a little bit every day. It's a crazy world out there, and we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And I want to be prepared in whatever way I can. At a minimum, I have a water purifier. It's called Portawell. So I've got my water covered. I've got my electricity covered with the ecoflow solar generator with a backup battery. Doesn't mean it'll power my house. Doesn't mean I'll have air conditioning. It just means that I can have some lights. I can power my refrigerator. That's one thing that was really important. And I can live somewhat. What else? I bought it's called whiteduck dome tent. It's heavy. It's 23 square feet. It's big, but you know what? It's like a yurt. You could live in it. Seriously live in it. And that was my goal. My goal was not to buy something to go camping in. My goal was to have something that I could put in the back of my Jeep Gladiator and take it somewhere if I needed to do so. So what have I said so far? I've got canning, so I've got some food, I've got seeds, I've got my water covered. I am slowly trying to just gather some barter things. That's what it's going to take. And I just want to make sure that at whatever level, I'm ready. I've got like all my stuff for my computer. I have it on this little disc that I got. I've got three of them so that I have everything I need, and it can just go in a backpack so that I have all my information. These are just little things to think about, right? That that we might not think about. So that's what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? So I really plan on being, really being more vocal, being out here. I've just been so busy. I feel like I'm at a point now where I can, incorporate, getting back onto my podcast, talking about what I'm doing, talking about the graciousness of life and how it provides for me. And how I can, whatever I can do to share that will help you feel, especially, come on, guys. Yeah, you can do this, but as women, you can do this. Like, you can do it. So it just takes the stamina to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create these safety nets for myself. I'm 59, right? And I am doing it. And it makes me feel good to know that I am doing something for myself. And for my family. Let's talk about how you incorporate your family. So my family, my daughter, my son-in-law, we've kind of all like divided up tasks that we're all kind of responsible for. So it doesn't all fall on like one person. So maybe one person's in charge of like making sure that we have first aid. One person's, in charge of whatever like tools that we might need, things like that. Just thinking about and making sure that everything's in an organized fashion. Can you get it when you need it? Where is it? How where do you store it? How can you have easy access to these things when you need it? Let's just say the electricity goes out and everything goes dark. One of my first things I have that I think it really works is I have solar lights, little solar lights. You can get at Dollar Tree, right? All around my house. Well, if the lights go out, and this goes for anything, this goes for hurricane. I'm in a hurricane area. I'm in Florida. I go grab those and I put them all around the house and I have Insta light until I can get everything else like set up the way that I want it. So these are just things to think about. It's a great way. You can put one of those you can set those solar torches in every room in a bathroom. You're not in the dark. So think about these things that you have that you're using on a daily basis that you could pull into the house really quickly. I'm thinking of things that I need, which are things like a great pair of hiking shoes, a great pair of tennis shoes, water gear, that kind of thing. So, just think about those kinds of things that you're going to use anyway. You're going to use these things anyway. I don't like the label of prepper and this and that. I'm just like, I'm like about sustainability. I'm about, how about I create the inventory of which I'll use, and, I already have it. I already use it. I already have it. And therefore I know that, my backpack is ready. That's the whole idea around being taking care of yourself, literally. Like, there's other areas in life that we take care of ourselves, and it's not labeled or called this or that, or conspiracy, or this or that. No, anything could happen at any time. I know that I could be without electricity, get with the hurricane. It's no different for me. Like, I went through Irma. It was a nightmare. The gas, the shortage, trying to get out of town, trying to get down 19, freaking you and every other person, all the way on a two-lane highway 19, bumper to bumper, all the way to Tallahassee, and every single one of you are on one tank of gas. That's how that felt. That was a horrible feeling. Um, some people were more prepared. Some people had gas tanks full of gas. But, those that weren't, where you could find gas, the lines were so long. And then you would get up there and they'd let you have like $5 or $10 worth so that everybody could get some. It was called inching along. And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that moment, that time, and how utterly terrifying it was, seeing the look in other people's eyes, seeing people fight in Home Depot parking lots over a generator, like literally guns out. Like, this is what people do. So I am just saying, been there, done that, didn't like it. And it just gives me more motivation to know that in times like this, I'm going to be prepared for the next hurricane. I'm going to be prepared for whatever else comes. Will I be prepared 100%? No. Am I a lifelong prepper? No. Do I have plan A, B, C, D? No. Good at plan A and B. I mean, but it's something. It's something. So hope this helps. I'll put links down to everything that I'm doing. Hope it helps you find your way to maybe start just preparing for whatever. If it's just stocking your pantry, some of the preppers talk about their pantries, like they have the living pantry. So that's the pantry that you work out of for your day to day. And then you have a backup pantry. And then you have a long storage pantry. So you can see the idea is that the backup pantry feeds your living pantry, and the long storage pantry can also feed the backup pantry. And that way you are always cycling through your food. Food is not expiring or going bad. It's just a way of living life. And I think that it's smart. I mean, how smart is buying bulk at Sam's, buying bulk and canning it? I mean, that is smart. You're saving money, and you are putting the work up, originally, but then you have what you need. And I think all the way around, it is smart, and I won't let anyone else tell me that it isn't. So I hope that you find that maybe you can start small and do something for you and your family so that you can sleep and be at ease at night, knowing that you're doing something, that your family's learning something, that your children are learning how to grow food. I mean, how exciting is that? I mean, they love it. They love watching it. They love watching things grow. I know my grandson is just over the moon with it. He just loves it. And he is so excited when he plants seeds and he sees them grow, and then he sees them continue to grow, and we transplant, and we take food scraps. Like, did you know that you can take romaine and cut the bottom off and then put it in water? And then it will grow a few more leaves. It will continue, not a lot, but it'll continue to feed you. And what would you do with it otherwise? Well, A, if you don't have a compost, you're going to throw it away. B, you can throw it in the compost. Or C, you can put it in water and then in the soil if you want. But, water will grow, a handful of more leaves that are nice size for a sandwich or something like that. So just saying, there's a lot of things you can do to reuse your food scraps. Restart onions, put them in water, let them grow, put them in water for a couple of weeks or a week, and get some roots going, and then put them back in the ground. They'll grow. You can repurpose your food, and what an amazing thing. You can repurpose your potatoes. You can repurpose sweet potatoes. You can repurpose leeks. You can repurpose Just trying to think of things off the top. Broccoli. Just trying to think of things off the top of my head. But that's what I'm doing over here, guys. That's what I've been busy doing. That's why you haven't seen me so much. But I promise I'll be back. I promise I will continue to share my experience and even the mistakes. I will share my mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes that I do. All right. Bye. Peace out. As you know, I'm also founder of Fierce Advisors. So that is where I help business owners like really, really become a megapreneur. So if you know a business owner that's struggling and is struggling on levels of just understanding where their business is at, understanding how to brand themselves, understanding the power of like what a dynamic website can do for them, understanding their financial statements. I have a turnkey, what I like to call biz in a box, where I can really help entrepreneurs mitigate the solopreneur attitude and become a megapreneur. And if you want to know more about that, you can go to fierceadvisors.com and check out what I'm doing in the business world. So thank you all, boldies. Live fiercely bold in the world, and I will see you soon. Bye.